ice cream, tomato sauce, baked bean, sausages, roll of paper towels. You'll be amazed what has this little red square on it. Pam's, the most popular grocery brand in the land.
If you've shopped at a supermarket in New Zealand, there's a strong chance you've bought a Pams product at some point. It might have been something basic like flour, canned fruit, or frozen vegetables. For many households, Pams isn't a brand you think about too much. It's just the cheaper option that's always there. Pams is one of New Zealand's oldest supermarket brands, dating back to 1937. It was introduced through Foursquare stores, part of the Foodstuffs cooperative, during the Great Depression. Unlike most brands, it wasn't created by a founder or entrepreneur. It came about as a direct response to a supply problem. At the time, Edmonds, one of New Zealand's major baking powder manufacturers, removed Foodstuffs stores from its approved supplier list. That meant those stores suddenly had no access to a key staple product. Instead of relying on another supplier, Foodstuffs made a collective decision to create its own line. This marked the beginning of what would become Pams, starting with baking powder and soon after custard powder. The brand itself was not developed by any single individual. It was a cooperative decision made through internal correspondence between members of Foodstuffs and Foursquare. Even the name followed that process. Pams was not the first choice. Early suggestions included Pep, which was rejected because it was already used by Kellogg's, and Presto, which was also dropped for unclear reasons. According to an internal document from the time, it was unanimously decided by correspondents to adopt Pams. No individual is credited with suggesting or approving the name. The identity of Pam has never been established.
You know what was really popular in the 1930s? The name Pam. Maybe that's why they chose it. Don't meet many Pams these days, except in the supermarket. She's all over the place there.
Who is Pam?
Do you know who Pam is?
I think so.
An icon. Probably one of my best friends.
She's my fiance. We're staying there till heaven movie.
And she's like my best friend now.
The original use of the apostrophe suggests it was intended to refer to a person, but no records exist confirming who that person was or if they existed at all. The company itself has described the origin of the name as a Kiwi mystery, and no later investigations or archival research have been able to resolve it. From those beginnings, the range expanded steadily over time. Today, Pams includes more than 2,000 products across grocery and household categories. These include pantry staples, frozen foods, dairy products, and cleaning supplies. The brand is sold exclusively through Foodstuffs owned stores, including New World, PAK'nSAVE, Foursquare, and On the Spot.
Hang on. How can Pam's be the most popular grocery brand in the land when it's only available in 3 places? Oh, those 3. That makes sense now.
Pams operates as a private label brand, meaning it does not manufacture its own products. Instead, it sources goods from third-party manufacturers, both within New Zealand and internationally. Its role is to provide a lower-cost alternative to national brands across a wide range of categories rather than to develop or produce products itself. Over time, the brand has introduced sub-ranges to cover different price points. Standard Pams products form the core range of everyday groceries. Pams Value focuses on lower-cost basics and evolved from an earlier budget line, typically recognised by simpler packaging. At the higher end, Pams Finest was introduced around 2017 as a more premium offering. Consumer response to Pams is mixed and tends to vary by product rather than the brand as a whole. Some items have developed strong followings, with shoppers regularly comparing them favourably to more expensive branded alternatives. Products such as soft cheeses, biscuits, sauces, and certain frozen foods are often cited as equal to or better than their branded equivalents at a lower price. At the same time, there are ongoing complaints about inconsistency across the range. Some consumers report changes in recipes over time, including thinner sauces, weaker flavours, or products that do not perform as expected. Items like tea, cheese, and pasta sauces are occasionally mentioned in this context. Because Pams relies on multiple third-party suppliers, variation between products is more noticeable than with single manufacturer brands. The brand is also frequently used as a price benchmark. Shoppers often compare other products against Pams to judge value, and it is commonly seen as the baseline for affordability in New Zealand supermarkets. This has led to wider discussions about shelf placement and the growing dominance of house brands in retail environments, although Pams itself has not been the subject of any major controversy or boycott. In terms of ownership, Pams has remained consistent since its creation. It has always been owned by Foodstuffs and is managed through Foodstuffs' own brands, a joint venture between Foodstuffs North Island and Foodstuffs South Island. There have been no buyouts, acquisitions, or manufacturing operations associated with the brand. From a starting point of just 2 products in 1937, Pams has grown into one of the most widely purchased grocery brands in New Zealand. Its success has come not from strong branding or a defined identity, but from its consistent presence, broad product range, and position as a lower cost alternative. Despite its scale and longevity, the brand still carries one unresolved detail: the name itself.
Come with me now as I tell how Pams began, with 2 Kiwi grocers and their excellent plan of buying together to get a good price, then passing on savings to all, which is nice. They searched for a name that would bring them success and used their initials, PA and MS. So Pams was their name, and so as not to get flustered, they started off small with baking powder and custard. 70 years on, and the Pams world is vast, with a product range quite unsurpassed. Where honey is sourced from an old Hawke's Bay shed, look out for the bees or you'll end up in bed. Where when fishing for salmon we take extra care to avoid being lunched for a grizzly bear. Californian plums are shaken down happily, and tomatoes roll in from a town outside Napoli, where the balsamic police salute as we go. They're awfully strict with their rules, don't you know? Bountiful fruits come direct to your table from a land where their mountain looks like, well, a table. Pam's World provides Kiwis with all that they need. It's a place with no wants, nor withouts, nor greed. The reason it's so, one can only conclude, is that all that we do is for the love of food.
The mystery may never be solved. Nearly 90 years later, there is still no confirmed answer as to who Pam was, or why that name was chosen beyond a simple decision recorded in correspondence. So what do you think? Are there Pam's products you always go back to, or ones you avoid completely? Drop a comment below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, like and subscribe for more stories behind the brands we grew up with.